Another special guest at tonight's #MKE Social is Mr. Milweb1. But behind the business account, his name is Nick, and he has amassed quite the following on social media and is thriving as a business creator. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
A common way to think of getting paid for your content is through sponsorships and brand deals, essentially influencer marketing. But that's not the only way you can do it. In fact, you have a different approach. What does content monetization look like for you?
Well, that's true. Like for the business I am, I do a lot of vinyl banners and yard signs. So there's not a lot of companies out there that want to sponsor stuff like that. So I focus more on product sales of my own. So I try to make, educational / a little bit of salesy videos to make sure that they know I do sell the product and have fun with it, and result in getting some decent views and result in some good sales. So it really helps explaining, educating, and just really having fun with it to get people to know about your company.
You have a unique perspective as a business owner who can interact with platforms from the business side, not just the creator side. You're one of the only local creators that I know who has effectively figured out how to use the TikTok shop. What advice would you give to someone looking to get their product on the TikTok shop?
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you have a product that is off the shelf that you can ship right out, that is definitely you need to be on there. I know it's difficult. It's very hard to get into it, but I can tell you it's very, very profitable. But if you are in the customization world like I am, I would suggest not doing it. It's very, very difficult to do customized products. They are not really friendly with that. So I basically had to pave the way for that market. I had no one to follow, especially with vinyl banners. We're doing a lot of graduation things on there right now, and it's very difficult to educate the consumers on how to send information to get things made at a custom scale. But if you have a product that is doing well already, or you're just trying out, it's definitely worth getting on there. Even for the 1 year left we got left here, I would get on it as soon as possible and try to sell. You don't need any followers. You just need enough to go live, I should say. You go live, just talk about your products, and I can tell you, it'll be worth your time.
And you don't even need a following if your product is on the TikTok shop. Creators can make content with your product for you.
That's right, especially if you have a great product and you feel confident, you can actually just go live, get people to really get engaged with it, and you can find other sellers. You can set up an affiliate account with it. Anyone can sell your product, and basically everyone does the work for you. You pay them a small commission, maybe even more to get more incentive, and basically you let other people sell your product. So, and again, if you have a great product, why wouldn't somebody want to buy your product and then use a commission affiliate with it? So yeah, it's a great product, and I would suggest giving it a try as soon as possible.
Another thing I like about how you leverage the TikTok shop is that you go live a lot. And when you're live, you answer the common questions, especially the ones on how to submit custom orders, which can be complicated at times. Rewinding a little bit, you were using TikTok Live before the TikTok shop was even an option. What's something you wish you knew when you first started going live?
I think of the big thing with going live is people have fear of they don't know what to talk about, and there's nobody there to talk to. I think just if you're passionate about whatever product you have, you don't need to engage with anyone. I could sit and ramble about my product without anyone in the lives and be fine with it. So again, just getting in there and going, hey, how's it going? And just get the ball rolling. Show your product. Obviously have the product in front of you. Show it. If you can show how it's made, people love watching how products are made. So if you can do that, or if you have the product produced elsewhere and you just have the product, just show its functions. So just being yourself and enjoying the product is the best way to do it.
We've been friends for a while, and I know in the past you mentioned that you were able to earn money from the various creator programs on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and more. Now, some of them have since gone away, but how have those creator programs helped you as alternative sources of income?
It definitely has helped out. It has its ups and downs because some things go away, like Facebook will go away from paying, Instagram will go away from paying, but TikTok and YouTube will stick strong and definitely get you some money if you're able to produce viral content. I'm in a weird position where I am greedy and I want both. So you have to try to be entertaining and try to sell products at the same time. And that's a tough role to do. And I don't suggest that everyone should do that. I would pick a side. Doing both is very difficult. But if you can manage product sales and overall views, you're going to be living a great life in the business world for sure.
A unique thing I think you've done as a content creator is adding voiceovers, and not just that, but telling a compelling story that makes people want to watch the video longer. What are some tips that could help other business creators with storytelling when it comes to sharing content about their product?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Every time I do a new voiceover, I'm like, how can I make this more, non-salesy, more fun? I would say just talking about your experience, talk about how difficult it was to even do the product, like your bad day, or just kind of anything that is realistic. When you start, fabricating stories is when it gets not ideal. So just showing your passion, because when I make videos or do voiceovers, I certainly talk about how it's made and how I started and when I started doing things. So if you just explain your history or explain something to do with the business that doesn't sound too salesy, people are going to love it. And education is key. Is if you can educate, even if you make popsicles for a living, I think people find it fascinating regardless of what it is. So if you can explain it in an educational way, you'll do fine.
Seeing the behind the scenes for a popsicle business could be fascinating to see and hear about.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of people I follow that would be weird to think that I like it, like people making some obscure things, or just even if I wouldn't be interested, I still follow them because they show the process, and I'm fascinated by the process, and that's really the thing that I think that has worked well with me, is showing the behind the scenes of it. Just showing the product isn't as fun, and it puts it off as like a salesy vibe. So I try to have fun with it. I don't even like talking about money or the product. I just like to show the process, and if you watch my videos, you see I kick it at the end. Things like that lighten it up and make it not too serious.
Last question, if you had to start a brand new account from zero, what would you keep in mind and implement first?
Sometimes I wish I could just start over because it's easier to manage a smaller amount of people. People have the common misconception that having followers results in sales and views. You could have no followers and get 1 million views. It really is a great world that we live in, that you can go viral regardless of who you have. So I would say the number one thing that you could do, a brand new account, get enough followers to go live. Going live, you can connect with so many people, and the people that are going to follow you are people that care about what you're talking about. There's a lot of people that get confused where people follow you for no reason, and you don't want that. You really don't. So having a good core of say 10,000 followers or even 500, those are 500 people that care about what you're doing, and a percentage of those people are going to buy your product. So going live would be the number one. And that's just on any platform, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all those will serve the same purpose. So I would focus that before viewership completely.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time, and we'll get back in there.
All right.